Is there anybody listening? Is there anyone that sees what's going on? Read between the lines, criticize the words they're selling. Think for yourself and feel the I've been bad, and I've been worse. I'm a creep, and I'm a jerk. Touch me, I'm sick. I won't live long, and I'm full of rots. Gonna give you, girl, everything I've got. Touch me, I'm sick. Touch me, I'm sick. Come on, baby, now come with me. If you don't come, if you don't come, if you don't come, you'll die alone. Well, I've been beat, and I don't mind. I'll make you love me. Today you die. Touch me, I'm sick. Ah, fuck me, I'm sick. Come on, baby, now come with me. If you don't come, if you don't come, if you don't come, you'll die alone. Sheets of empty canvas
fight, and yet I fight this battle all alone. No one to cry to, no place to call home.
You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? They violated it, but Israel violated it too. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs like I've never seen before. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when they say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. The biggest load that we've seen. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, it didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You understand that? Raise your voice! You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that?
Understand that? Good morning and welcome back to the trailer park. It has to be Monday because this is Hello Monday and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. We know that. And we're going to cover that on today's show. How is everybody on this glorious Monday morning? I hope the sun is shining in your neck of the woods. It's finally here in the Pacific Northwest. Woohoo! We're going to hit like 75 today. I'm super excited. My garden's going to love it. How is everybody? I see everybody pouring into the chat. Kit is hanging out. Heartlands Media. Give some love to Heartlands Media. Great show this morning, Kit. I listened to it as I was getting dressed. I try not to come in and stir up your chat too much. High Plains Drifter, I swear I throw a wrench at you every week. You must duck it. You guys go give Kit some love. He really needs some help, man. He's fighting some battles that, I'm fighting some battles, but I couldn't imagine the battles that Kit's fighting. So Make sure you're hanging out over there and donate if you can. Please, 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 please help independent media stay independent. Okay, High Plains Drifter, hold on. I'm going to try again. Let's try this again one more time. It says you have a bridge. What the heck? Add as mod. Okay, Doc High Plains Drifter. I swear to God, every week I throw a wrench at you. I don't know why it never sticks. Pop chat back out. How is everybody? Did you guys have a great weekend? I hope you had a great weekend. Not too much to talk about this weekend. A lot of propaganda. You know, normal. Same old shit. Same old, same old. Good morning, Rad Angel. What is up? We got High Plains Drifter, of course, hanging out. And Kate, you made it. Kill your E-Gray Gross. Good to see ya. Popeye. What's up, Popeye? Driving me Maisie. Good morning. Yes, it's definitely driving me Maisie. And Steve G. What's up, Steve? Oh, there's your wrench. You got your wrench finally. Good. Hopefully it sticks. Steve Wolfbrand. Good morning. Hanging out over on Beauty and the Boomer. And I got Kate. Who else is hanging out this morning? Chrono Heresy. What's up? And Lady Alex. Lady Alex was our associate producer for Saturday night. If you're not tuning in on Saturday, you might miss your card because we are throwing cards at everybody. Some of you have, just because you can't donate doesn't mean that you haven't supported us over the last 5 years and shared our content, supported us by showing up for every single show. So Oz and I are giving everybody associate producer cards. It's probably going to take us the rest of the year to get those popped out there, but we will. So tune in every Saturday night and see if you are next on the list. I normally will reach out to you and kind of give you a heads up and ask you what you want on your card. I try not to totally ambush you, but some of you I don't have contact information for. You know, your guys' handles on X and Facebook and stuff are different, so sometimes I can't track you down. Cold Fusion Gaming. Have a great show. Love you. I love you too. Cold Fusion Gaming, if you don't know, is my partner extravagant, and he takes such good care of me. Make sure if you're a gamer that you are following Cold Fusion Gaming, because if you like my snarky wit, a lot of it I get from him. So definitely go check that out. And you guys like those intro songs? I did. Kind of a little melancholy this morning. Maybe I'm feeling a little melancholy. It's Infusion Week. I always get a little melancholy on Infusion Week. You know, like, fuck, I'm feeling good. I'm finally starting to feel good. And now I got to get sick again. So I love the tribute to the 90s bands. Of course, that was my era. Alice in Chains, oh my gosh, they were the best. I gotta say, out of all of the Seattle freaking grunge bands, Alice in Chains was by far my favorite. Let me know who your favorite was. That was an amazing cover of Black by Pearl Jam. She did that's probably the best cover I've ever heard of it. So, love my brooch. Thank you. That was my grandma's. My grandma collected brooches, so I have a ton of brooches. And who wears brooches anymore? You know. And I don't ever like take them with me when I travel because I don't want to lose them. So I just never get a chance to wear them. But I love this cherry blossom one. It's so summery and springy. So, I got a good show for you guys. We'll get it started. Hey, Jilly, what's up? Who else did I miss? Let's check on the Rumble. What's up, Rumble? Oh, we can close that one. Extra Rumble, Mr. Worthless Eater, and Ghost Star. We haven't forgot about you. The Rumble people are getting cards too, you know. Yep, they are. So you just got to tune in every Saturday. But we're not having a show this Saturday because Roar Media is getting together. Friday, I am heading down to the land of Oz. I'm going to get to kick it with Hawkified, Linda, and Oz, and Joey. And, Soundgarden. I agree, Soundgarden. For me, it was a Mother Love Bone. It's a tie for me for Alex in Chains and Mother Love Bone, I got to tell you. So, yeah, I'm going to be kicking it with Oz on Friday, so I won't be home to write a show for y'all, and we'll probably be pretty pooped out on Saturday from all the traveling, because I'm about a 3-hour trip one way to get to Oz, and I can't stay the night. Normally, I would just stay in the studio, but I've got a trailer park farm of cats and opossums that I've got to come home to, so I want to go camping, but it's not realistic, man. I got the trailer park farm. I can't do it. Anyways, if you want to help me out, there is the PayPal. Thank you to everybody, Kate and Chiron and Lady Alex, who have hit my donation sites over the weekend to help fund my trip down to the Land of Oz. I appreciate it. Washington State pays the highest gas prices in the nation. We are 40% higher than some places. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so definitely it's probably going to take me 2 tanks, a tank down and a tank back to get there. And so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And of course, all of the donation links are in the description box down below. Fair use for what it's worth. We are on YouTube. These are merely my opinions. And, I'm just commentating on what I see. I don't call it news reporting. But if you are interested in anything that I merely scratch the surface of, please go do your own research. How's my sound? It looks like it's kind of loud. Let me turn down just a little bit. Is that better? I don't want to be blasting anybody's ears out this morning. Sound audio is such a nightmare. And, we have such great audio control in our studio, better than most. And it's a lot to juggle. I have like 13 audio feeds that I got to keep an eye on. So I apologize if the audio gets a little screwy. It does from time to time. You guys, I appreciate, when I love the big donations. I get so excited when you guys donate a big, but when I see the small donations come in, that warms my heart so much because I know I'm there. I want to donate. I want to give, but sometimes I only have a few dollars to donate. And I realize, that you're taking away from your own living expenses to help me out. And it warms my heart so much and it breaks my heart too, Okay, let's get this show on the freaking road. Wow, we're moving fast this morning. That's good because I got a big deck. We got big deck energy this morning. I think we got over 90 to go. So let's just get this shit out of the way. The Bezos wedding of the century that had no taste, no class. Oh my gosh, did you see their wedding invitations? I could have done better on Canva. Like, they look like they were ordered by Temu. I don't know. It was bad. So tacky all the way through. These two are white trash that have been handed money. I mean, that's coming from the trailer park. We know. And she had carpet, like this gray commercial carpet on the ground. And then they had a foam party on their yacht. Yes, a foam party, like bubbles, like soapy bubbles. And then they had a pajama party for the wedding, after the wedding. But let's be clear. This was a fake ceremony because they already got married in the United States like a month ago, which I reported to you guys. We knew it happened. But that's where all the, all the Amazon workers' money is sadly going. It's going to foam parties. Yes, foam parties. Can you believe it? Oh, my God. So anybody who's anybody in the adrenochrome circle was freaking there. We are talking Leonardo DiCaprio, Oprah, all of the Kardashians but one. God, who else? I mean, Tom Brady, Usher, just people you wouldn't even think would be in those same circles. Obama was there. That's right. Yeah, Obama was there. Trump couldn't make it, but Trump was definitely invited from what we understand. So to reiterate what we always tell you, it's one big fucking club. They all hang out at each other's weddings. Ivanka was there. Of course, Ivanka Trump made it, just because Daddy couldn't make it. Yeah, they go to each other's weddings. They're all fucking friends. They all golf together. Don't think that there's some imaginary aisle where they fight each other, because they don't. They absolutely don't. I'm sure there was a shit ton more politicians. It was just tacky the whole way through. They spent $55 million fucking dollars when they are making Amazon workers resign or relocate, 350,000 of them. And they're underpaid and they are slaves. They are tracked slaves. And we've been complaining about the conditions at Amazon warehouses for fucking years. But they were paying well, right? So she had on $30 million worth of diamonds. Check this out. I'm going to bring the big deck in. Let's get the big deck in here. There we go. Yeah. $30 million worth of diamonds. And here's her dress. I can't remember how much it was, but I'm sure it was hundreds of thousands.
I want to be a mess. But in the best
I'm surprised she has so many clothes on. Remember when she showed up at Trump's inauguration in her bra and panties?
Everything I've walked through to get here. It's elegant, it's timeless, it's soft.
She's been married to 2 millionaires.
Captured something.
Well, okay, 1 millionaire and 2 billionaires.
Where I am right in this
She's walked through
moment
so
right
much.
now. I can't talk about the wedding without talking about my family and the kids.
Yeah, we don't care.
I just want the whole thing to feel full of love. That's
So anyways, there's pictures of her out there in her beautiful dress and servants standing behind her because that doesn't scream elitist. But, you know, they want to be the it couple, so they were making it known. So the circus is in town. Ozempic and plastic surgery dominates the Jeff Bezos wedding as skinny stars shut down Venice. Aw. Can you imagine how much Ozempic flew in? I think we heard 90 jets flew in. Yes, these are the same people telling you that you need a carbon credit because you travel too much. Yeah. Let's check out this video. I'm not sure what this video is.
Are you coming to the tree? They strung up a man, they say murder free. Strange things that happen here, stranger wouldn't be. We left and made.
Oh my God, how gross. It is Hunger Games. It's 100% fucking Hunger Games. Children in Gaza are starving while the global elite come together in the city of love, the city of Venice, and eat caviar and call us anti-Semitic for calling it out. Yep, that's the reality of the world we're living in. Damn it, my mic still looks hot. Turn down a little bit more. There we go. Maybe I'm not tapping out now. Sorry if I'm blowing your ears out. I'm trying not to. Okay, let's talk about the damn Democrats. The damn Democrats. Last week when we met on Monday, we were talking about how AOC was so outraged about Trump bombing Iran that she was going to call for impeachment. Well, Fetterman, Mr. Progressive himself, remember, he ran on a progressive platform, or if he can even remember that, right? I think we've been through, 5 different Fettermans? Yeah. Anyways, he says, oh, hell no, he will not vote to restrict Trump's war powers. No way, no how. And here he is, Fester himself.
On the Kane resolution, which will come up tomorrow night, we can vote now.
Well, I'll say this. I love that man, and he's coming in from a very principled side. But I'm going to vote no on that, simply because I would never want to restrict any future president, Republican or Democrat, to do this kind of a military exercise that was very successful.
Wow. So, no, he loves that man, and he will definitely vote no because he cannot restrict any future president, like, say, the likes of Biden. Because remember, they wanted Biden to be president. Could you imagine Harris having war powers right now? Yeah. It wouldn't have played out any better than it has with the Republicans, and you will never convince me any different, and know that it is not an endorsement of Donald Trump. It is not, I promise you. Prom, good to see you. It's been a while. I hope you're hanging in there and surviving. So Chris Como, Fredo has lost his shit, and he has absolutely had it with AOC, also known as Sandy. Sandy needs to leave the Democratic Party, according to Fredo, because, goddammit, you're rooting his party and his family's party. He knows he was born into the party, and it's time for you to go. So let's hear it in his own words.
How do you keep them from having the nuke? Impeach Trump is the opposite of having a better idea. You're killing your party.
Oh, you're killing them.
You're killing your party. And look, I hope it works out for you. I hope you guys splinter off and become, whatever you really are. Because you're not a capitalist and you're not a Democrat. And, you could say, well, what do you know? I was raised by a real one.
Oh, he was raised by
I was raised by a real one. Go ahead and criticize Mario Cuomo. What's going to be your biggest insult?
Kevin Spacey
That he spawned me and Andrew? Is that going to be the best you have? Because you ain't shit compared to him.
Oh, you ain't shit.
Not in terms of intelligence, not in terms of success, not in terms of pedigree, not in terms of philosophy, not in
Almost
terms
been
of
hitting
mission,
the
not in terms of
steroids.
eloquence, not in terms of
Right,
charisma, not in terms of anything. Certainly not electability.
Oh.
You are killing your party because you are not a real one. Because you're doing what's good for you in a vacuum. With your little social media following, you're no different than a pod bro.
I promise
And you're killing your
yours is
party.
bigger than
And
yours,
Democrats
Fredo.
better wake the fuck up
Oh, wake the
and
fuck
realize
up,
that you're
Democrats.
better than this. Be with the 80, not the 20.
Oh,
Okay?
my God. We are the 80 dumbass. Oh, my God. That should have been the fuck off pie for the week. But I've got just an equally shitty person for the fuck off pie for this Monday. But, oh, my God. That is so fucking stupid. What? Yeah, you're not a capitalist. I mean, what can you even say about Fredo? Like, he just flops back and forth, but man, come for his brother and his family, and he'll start dropping F-bombs and telling you to get the fuck out of the party. Now, this reminds me of how we were treated in 2016 and 2020, right? We keep getting told by the Democratic Socialists of America that our play is inside the Democratic Party, right? That's where our power is supposed to lie as progressives. But I'm here to tell you, the fuck it is. You got no say in the Democratic Party. And to pretend like the Democratic Party is not capitalistic, corporate-owned fucking shills is just insane. Like, oh my God. AOC, you need to take your buddies and get the fuck out of the party. Are you kidding? She's being molded to be the future Nancy Pelosi. She will be Mama Bear in 20 years. She has no values. She'll compromise every damn time. So no health care, just vibes. Because Cindy's cool that way. Oh, Chris Como, he sucks. He sucks. That's why we call him Fredo. Because he's a backstabber, just like Fredo in The Godfather. That's why we call him Fredo. But he says that is... what is that? What did he say it was? I can't remember. He pretty much surmounts to being anti-Semitic. Yeah, it's racism to call him Fredo. Okay, let's talk about Mamdani. You guys, I swear to God, I barely have followed this race because I see it the same as the AOC, the Fettermans, the bullshit people that we get sold as progressive. Now, he says all the right things sometimes, and that's great. I hope he does win. I hope he beats the shit out of all the corporatists. But do I think that he'll change anything if he got in there? Fuck no. And then even if he wanted to, he still can't because their hands are tied. Let's think. If Bernie Sanders would have got elected, do you really think there would have been progressive change? Fuck no. They would have Cartered him. He would have been just another Jimmy Carter that, they ran out after a couple of years. And so I love this. And if anything doesn't scream, I'm a corporate shill, other than Elizabeth Warren's fucking endorsement, I don't know what does. So Zoran is inspiring campaign shows what grassroots movements can achieve when we fight for bold policies. What bold policies have you fought for, Elizabeth Warren? Do tell. I'm listening. His focus on government serving the people, not billionaires, will make life more affordable in New York City. Okay. So he says, this means a great deal to me. Thank you for your leadership, your fight for working families, and your support. Somebody remind me how Elizabeth Warren has fought for working families. Seems like she toes the Democratic line and votes against the working class every fucking chance she gets. Always does, always has, always fucking will. And Democrats fighting Mamdani and Democrats fighting Donald Trump. Yeah, it's always that way. They fight the left side of their party harder than they ever will fight the supposed right side of the aisle. And why is that? Because they are the same. They are the same. So I'm sorry if it's hard for me to get excited about these campaigns, and I really don't pay attention to it. I mean, if he wins, he wins. But do I think it's going to change a damn thing? Hell no. So establishment Dems are conflicted. So the equivalent of Zoran Mamdani's campaign promise is free candy. I mean, and here's the thing. I see a lot of the right out there posting a lot of fucking racist bullshit. and truly anti-Semitic shit about him. Like, you don't have to do that. You can go after him for his fucking policies, that alone. But no, I mean, it's just the dumbness of it, of the right. And then the left, they're just as stupid coming at him for other stuff. So let's hear.
Leadership has been falling short of endorsing him. Schumer and Jeffries congratulated him on his upset. You have a lot of leaders who have issues with things that he has said, which they can call him, and I'm sure he'd be happy to talk with them about. Bernie Sanders, the senator, urging Democratic unity behind Mamdani, said, Democratic Party leaders, you have talked for 6 months about the need to create political excitement to get working class and young people involved in the political process. That's exactly what Zoran did. Get behind him. There's also, every time that the moderate wins, they like to tell all
blue no matter who,
and that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. It's just interesting. What does that say about like where the party is, and more importantly, how they're grappling with what their identity is? And one more thing that keeps popping into my head is sometimes it feels like the centrists of the party and sometimes the leadership operate by fear a little bit.
Oh yeah,
right. And what you're seeing is that Mamdani does not do that. Donald Trump does not operate and campaign in fear.
I think there's a couple of things to take away from this moment. One, the Democratic establishment, not that powerful. We just saw them lose. They are they're not powerful. They're not unbeaten, they're only unchallenged. Two, I think that Democratic leaders who don't get behind Zoran in this moment forcefully and do whatever he and his team want, especially the ones who represent New York City, so looking at you, Schumer, Jeffries, Senator Gillibrand, who really gone off the rails on this.
Schumer got behind him, didn't he?
You will be why people don't trust the Democratic Party. Because if someone can win the primary with such a forceful show of presence against the odds, and then the party leadership doesn't rally behind the nominee, what are we doing here? Who is this party really for? The third thing I would say is that while leadership may be losing their minds, young people across the country have seen Zoran's win and are stepping up to run for office. This has been the biggest driver of candidate recruitment that Run for Something has seen since inauguration. We've had nearly 4,000 people raise their hands just since Tuesday night to say,
4,000 since Tuesday.
4,000 since Tuesday. It's bigger even than the Doge firings or the Schumer shutdown, which has been our biggest moments yet. And it is only growing. It's hundreds more every time I check the dashboard every hour or two.
People being bamboozled.
Thousands of young people who are looking at what Mamdani did here in New York and saying, you know what, maybe I don't agree with him on every policy, but I too can fight for my community. I can fight to see the issues I care about represented on the ballot. And I'm not going to let anyone tell me to wait my turn.
It's like establishment folks going to have to
Watch
get it together. 4,000 is a lot.
Coming, whether you like it or not.
So 1980s, Lionel Richie called and he would like his look back. Anyways, we've seen this shit. It's the same shit over and over. And to pretend like, oh, the Dems are going to be in trouble if they don't get behind and support this. No, they won't get behind and support it. They'll squash it. And even if they pretend to support it like they do with AOC, they're squashing it behind closed doors and threatening. So what a waste of time. Don't waste your time on these campaigns. Seriously, don't. I mean, if you're in one of their districts, oh, cool. Vote for them if you want. But don't expect it to change anything. I got 2 in a row from Case Study. Case Study does such a great job of getting these clips out there for all of us, and we just appreciate it so much here. And this little clip, Dave Smith and Anna Kasparian's been hanging out in a lot of freaking different spaces lately, but let's hear what they have to say about it.
At least he's talking about real issues that people actually care about. And that's why he won. He wasn't rejected by the people. He beat the former governor of the state who's born into political royalty as essentially a nobody. So he should, if people, whether you like him or hate him, you should look to this race. There's a lot to be learned there.
Dave, I think it's unfair to just poo-poo incendiary rhetoric like globalized intifada, because I know a lot of Jewish Americans who are offended by such language.
You're talking to one of them. I'm a Jewish New Yorker, and I promise you, it's fine.
Maybe it doesn't bother you, but I have Jewish friends who are bothered by that, especially given the escalating anti-Semitism around the country, not just in New York.
There's a real problem. There's a real problem with paranoia in the Jewish community. I'm well aware of it. I'm probably much better than you are. It's fine. Jews are doing fine. We're thriving. Don't worry.
That was a burn if I ever heard one. You know, and that's what the Democrats do. The establishment Dems like, oh my gosh, this will hurt the Jews if he gets elected. We can't have a Muslim. Okay, now, come on now. I don't always agree with Dave Smith too. Sometimes he rubs me wrong, but that was I agree with. So Fee says so. Breaking: Democrats float the idea of a Tim Walz, Mamdani ticket in 2028. What do you guys think? Would you vote for that ticket? I'm here to tell you, fuck no. Fuck no, fuck no. And Fee says, everything you need to know to confirm the guy can't be trusted. Hear, Fee. Abso-frickin-lutely. Can you imagine? Tim? Oh, God. Ugh. I don't know who floated this idea, but you're dumb. You're dumb. And, you know, it's liberals like this that rule the party. Now, this is Kira Sedgwick. She should be down in Hollywood. Go F yourself. But, she's very scared. She's so scared because Trump is president, and the stupid hurts. And this is what rules the party. This is what talks down to the party. This is what controls the party, is limousine liberals like this.
How you doing? I felt like it was important to get on the blower and talk a little bit about how I'm feeling and wondering how you're feeling about the state of our union. I'm finding myself pretty scared about a lot of things, scared about losing my rights as a woman, scared about losing my right to vote as a woman, scared about losing autonomy over my body as a woman, scared of my parents' Social Security checks, scared of food banks running out of food and not being able to replenish because they're no longer getting federal funding. Yes, the federal government can use improvement, and there's a lot of things that they've done right over the decades. So I think the answer to being freaked out for me is about community, and I feel excited that we're coming together as a nation on Saturday. You can look it up in your area. It's Hands Off March, and you know, I'm just going to go and hear what I hear and feel less alone in the world, because I feel like that's really important. So if you're worried about anything that's going on in the world, like, I would suggest that you might want to get out there and have your body counted and your voice heard. And we'll probably learn a lot and help each other just by being together.
Okay, so there you are. Just get out there and get your body counted, so that way the news, CNN, can report that there was 801,000 out protesting Trump than just 800,000. This is just so stupid. You know, these are the worst of the worst when it comes to the Democratic Party. And, you know, I've personally taken some of them on. I took, what's her name, Frances Fisher on, because she loves to show up at the Democratic events, and I just see her as one of those elitists who has money, who wants to feel like a good person, speak the rhetoric down to the rest of us, tell us how we need to change things, even though she's not the one living in a fucking trailer park. She's not the one living paycheck to paycheck or a food stamp drop to food stamp drop. And those are the ones that piss me off the most. So fuck off. Yeah, you're making yourself feel better. That's all she's doing, right? She's stroking her own ego. It's so narcissistic. It's just disgusting. Of course, she is married to none other than Kevin Bacon. So I'm sure they got plenty of bacon. I think Oz might have dropped this for us. Bernie Sanders in the Senate today. The world appropriately condemned Russia in its unprovoked attack of Ukraine. The world appropriately condemned Hamas for its unappropriated attack on Israel. Bernie Sanders is a Zionist who is now openly laundering the Gaza concentration camps. Is he laundering or threatening? I can't see what word that is. But anyways, let's hear what he has to say.
The world appropriately condemned Russia for its unprovoked attack against Ukraine. The world appropriately condemned Hamas for their unprovoked terrorist attack against Israel.
Bernie and fucking Russia. You know, 2017, we all went to Chicago to scream at Bernie to start a new party. He still had the momentum. He was just coming off of 2016. He still had the email list. He could have done it. And he stood there in front of tens of thousands of us and told us Russia was the reason he didn't get elected. Not the Democratic Party, not Hillary Clinton, not all the fucking dirty tricks that they played behind the scenes at the DNC. No, it was Russia. Russia was the reason. I'm just so over it. Anymore, I hear Bernie's voice and it just turns my stomach. I cannot believe I spent tens of thousands of hours supporting, fighting, showing up to support that guy. He's such a disappointment. So, of course, he was on Joe Rogan last week. He fucking regretted that. I can tell you. He so regretted that because Joe Rogan, he came with facts. He called Bernie out on things. And this is why the Democratic Party is scared to do the Joe Rogan show. And I don't bring a lot of JP clips anymore. JP kind of went a little off the deep end. I didn't agree with him on a lot of stances, especially during the Trump election. But on this one, he did hit it accurately. And so Oz sent me this. I thought I'd bring it for you so you can see it too. Bernie getting called out for his big pharma funding, which we all know. We've been calling him out here at Roar Media forever about it. We know it's not just individual donors. What individual donors in big pharma are sending you money, Bernie? I understand the nurses, so you can say that, but big pharma, it doesn't make sense.
Them out on.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? It's a simple question, Bobby.
And by the way, Bernie,
Bobby, because we're friends, Bobby.
The problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies; it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Here's where Bernie starts to get a little bit less likable.
Dress.
Oh, I thought that would come. No,
I thought that would come up.
I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money
contributions from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the single,
not a nickel from corporate
Bernie,
PACs.
you were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in
1.5 million.
Out of 200 million. All right,
but we're going to change the subject here now that you've called me out and I've denied it, and then at the end seemingly accepted it. And of course, shortly thereafter, Bernie took to Twitter to reiterate his version of reality. 0 donations from a CEO, 0 donations from Wall Street CEOs, zero donations from the oil companies. Just the working people gave me a lot of money. I'm very proud of that fact.
Bernie just wants to live in the 2016 reality. He thinks that we don't see 2020 and what he did in 2020. We were calling it out in 2020 when he was fucking doing it, and we're not buying it anymore, Bernie. You can bamboozle a lot of people, but the people who started out on the ground with you, we know better. So try again. Move along. Move along, Bernie. We know better. But RFK Jr. is not any fucking better. This guy has gone just as fucking bonkers as the rest of them. So this was actually emailed to me by a doctor friend of mine. RFK Jr.'s bonker plans to fit every American with a tracking device as he hunts for a cure for cancer, autism, and obesity. Yes, that is right. He wants to put a tracker on all of us. So this came from the Daily Mail. You can believe it or not. It's Daily Mail. So RFK Jr. wants to fit all Americans with a tracking device within the next 4 years. The Health and Human Services Secretary revealed in a plan during a House hearing yesterday, so this was last week, saying that devices like Apple Watches, Fitbits, Whoop, and Oura Ring were key to the MAGA agenda. He said that the technology could help people lose weight and exercise more regularly. as well as take control of their health and encourage good judgment about the diet and their physical activity, about the way they live their lives. So in an effort to get a smartwatch, a ring, or a monitor on every American, RFK Jr. is planning to launch one of the biggest advertising campaigns in the history to ensure more people to wear the devices, which range from $99 to nearly $800. The health secretary said that officials were exploring how the government could get these devices for some Americans. So, yeah, sign up and get your free Apple Watch or free Fitbit. Yeah. And, yeah, we're not tracking you. No, not at all. I mean, one way or another, they're going to talk you into getting tracked. But, you know, the stupidness of it is we're already being tracked. Every damn one of us has got one of these stupid phones in our hands. They're tracking us at all fucking times, and we know it. We know it. So, yes, he actually said this last week on the floor, and I guess if they paid me $800 to wear it, Mastermind, yeah, right? And that's exactly how it'll be, UBI. I used to be a huge supporter of UBI. Like, oh, yeah, you know, there's not enough jobs out there. AI's coming for all the jobs. It's too expensive to live. We need a UBI to supplement. But here's the thing. What are you going to have to do to get that UBI? You're going to have to take the next mRNA boop boop. You're going to have to put on a Fitbit so they can track your ass around. Are they going to shut off your EBT card if you try to buy some Skittles? Like, you know, that is the future, the Orwellian future that we're buying into with this shit. And, yeah, they would love nothing more. But they're already doing it. Palantir, we know. We're going to talk about Palantir. It's a little bit further down in the deck. But, yeah, would you wear it? Fuck no. You might as well have an ankle bracelet on. Exactly. We're all trapped in a big prison anyways. I have wearable for my deer alarm, so annoying, but they eat my pots and my flour. Yeah, deer do eat your pots and flour. That's funny. So yeah, you have an alert. I know. I want to get a possum cam set up. The possums are so awesome, and you know they're endangered. And I got some video for you guys. It's further down in the deck, but I want to get a cam set up that'll trigger when they come out at night because they're so fucking cute. So I'm working on that. We're going to get a possum cam set up. Okay, Donald Trump says that this injunction, a grave threat to democracy. Okay, you know, I don't cover immigration that much, but of course I have been to the border. I think we should abolish ICE. I've been saying this for many fucking years. And it's getting absolutely scary at the people that they're arresting and deporting back to God knows fucking where, because you know you never know where you're gonna land. And let's hear about what the Supreme Court did this week.
This decision, and thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a vacation. This was, in fact, it was the same date, the exact same date, the end of the Civil War. It was meant for the babies of slaves, and it's so clean and so obvious. But this lets us go there and finally win that case because hundreds of thousands of people are pouring into our country under birthright citizenship, and it wasn't meant for that reason. It was meant for the babies of slaves. So thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with these numerous policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis, including birthright citizenship, ending sanctuary city funding, suspending refugee resettlement, freezing unnecessary funding, stopping federal taxpayers from paying for transgender surgeries, and numerous other priorities of the American people. We have so many of them. I have a whole list. I'm not going to bore you, and I'm going to have Pam get up and say a few words, but there's really, she can talk as long as she wants because this is a very important decision. This is a decision that covers a tremendous amount of territory. But I want to just thank, again, the Supreme Court for this ruling. It's a giant. It's a giant. And they should be very proud, and our country should be very proud of the Supreme Court today.
So does that mean that your kids are going to get deported? Because anchor baby, isn't that birthright? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm confused here. And were his kids born from slaves? I don't think so. I absolutely don't think so. So this is pick and choose. We know this is racism at its extremist, and the conservative Supreme Court's always going to do this crap. So here's a couple examples of just some of the bullshit that's going on with the fallout from these policies. So Texas man born to U.S. soldier on U.S. Army base abroad deported. He has no citizenship to any country despite SCOTUS's case. So where the hell are these people supposed to go? He was born on a U.S. military base. He was born to a U.S. service member. That's just crazy to me. And Canadian citizen dies at an ICE detention center in Florida. 49-year-old ICE sweeping arrest. This is insane to me. Canadians, seriously? And we're seeing that more and more. You know, I'm in a border city, and I border Canada, and we've never, ever, I've lived here 20 fucking years. Border Patrol, they stop the shoe bombers. That's what they do. They don't attack fucking citizens, but now they do. So I just thought we would touch on that. Those are just two examples. There's literally thousands of examples of how people are being wronged by this policy. But we knew. Not to say that what Biden did by opening the fucking border up was good, because it absolutely wasn't. You know, we reported on it. We covered the hundreds of thousands of people that were flooding into the country, and how were we gonna handle this? We're already strapped as it is when it comes to services for the poor. So they're not making it any better. Neither administration makes it any better. But Trump's got an idea of how to deal with it, and that is an alligator Alcatraz. Yeah, you heard me right. They're just gonna build a big old prison and surrounded by some alligators and pythons, and see if anybody can escape. This is crazy.
Starting next month, 5,000 migrants will be housed in trailers and heavy-duty tents at this remote abandoned airfield.
As I call it, Alligator Alcatraz.
In a promotional video set to music, Florida's Attorney General lays out what he considers a deterrent for any potential escapees.
People get out, there's not much waiting for them other than alligators and pythons.
But some local officials warn the environmental impact could be devastating.
We have environmental and physical stewardship and safety concerns.
The Trump administration has said it wants to get up to 100,000 beds at detention centers across the country to
Oh, jeez. So gross. So wrong. Can we just round up all of our elected officials and put their asses on Alcatraz? I mean, that might solve our fucking problem right there, since we're going to such extremes. This is crazy, but it's Florida. What do you expect? That's what Florida does. What do you guys think of this crazy crap? Like, I can't even believe this shit happens in our country, but it does. It does. Jail. Yeah, alligator jail, for sure. What the fuck? Hey, Robbie Burns, good to see you. What's up? Lawrence, I see you. What's up? Mouse FS, yeah. I was trying to think, like, what can we do? A Python penitentiary and lock all the fucking elected officials up? That would be freaking good, right? Oh my gosh. How is that any worse than what Joe Arpaio was doing out in the desert, you know, when he was dropping people out there in pink and feeding them rotten bologna sandwiches? It's abuse. And let's see, what do we got here? Just in, a Trump PAC launches a $1 million TV ad buying against Thomas Massie. POTUS is aggressively primary campaigning against Massie per Axos. Let's see. Mega Kentucky is making the purchase. Trump has vowed to campaign against Massie himself in person. So $1 million ad spent buying a lot of negative TV ads in rural Kentucky. I don't know. You think Kentucky is that mega that they're going to fall for it? Probably. I don't know how Massie keeps getting elected in those districts, but I'm glad he does, just because sometimes he toes the line and holds them back. So who cares? That's where I'm at. Who cares? So in an attempt to distract us from, bombing Iran, starving children in Gaza, all of the blah, 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 fucking talks about terrorist attacks and false flags. They've decided to start renaming stuff. Now, they're going to start by renaming battleships, and here is Drunken Pete to tell you all about it.
Well, I'm pleased to officially announce that the Department of the Navy is renaming the Fleet Replenishment Oiler, formerly known as the USNS Harvey Milk, to the USNS Oscar V. Peterson.
Of course.
We are taking the politics out of ship naming. We're not renaming the ship to anything political. This is not about political activists, unlike the previous administration. Instead, we're renaming the ship after a United States Navy Congressional Medal of Honor recipient, as it should be. People want to be proud of the ship they're sailing in. And so we're renaming it after a chief, a Navy chief. That during the Battle of the Coral Sea in May of 1942, Chief Water Tender Peterson led a repair party on the USS Neosho. The ship was severely damaged by Japanese dive bombers, and the entire repair party was either killed or severely wounded. Peterson himself was gravely wounded, yet he managed to single-handedly close the bulkhead stop valves, thereby helping to keep the ship operational. In performing his historic actions and heroic actions, Peterson received additional injuries and burns, which tragically resulted in his death. But his spirit of self-sacrifice and concern for his crewmates was in keeping with the finest traditions of the Navy. And for his heroic actions, Oscar Peterson was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. So I would like to officially welcome the USNS Oscar V. Peterson to the Navy's Vessel Register.
Oh, there you are. So, yeah, if you're asking yourself who was Milk, well, Biden named it after the first ever elected gay man to the Congress, I believe. Was it the Congress? And his name was Milk. So, of course, the Democrats were doing some showboating when they did that and some virtue signaling. So, of course, now the Republicans have renamed it and they're virtue signaling too. So, oh my gosh. So the battle goes on. And that's not the only thing they want to rename. They want to rename the department. Trump wants to rename the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Hey, I'm all down for that because that's exactly what it is. We don't defend shit. We definitely are not defending ourselves from any kind of threat. We're always at war. So Ben Cohen had something to say about it. And yes, this is Ben from Ben and Jerry's Ben Cohen.
You know, every once in a while, Trump says the truth out loud. Now he wants to change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War. And he's right, because it's not about defending our country. It's about making war in other countries all around the world. And that's why the U.S. defense budget, the U.S. war budget, is 3 times more than the military in China spends, because they're just trying to defend their country. And we're trying to control the entire world. So chalk one up for Don.
Chalk one up for Don. He got it right. And you got me, Lawrence. You're right. You're right. We do spend a lot of money defending Israel. That's the only thing we fucking defend is Israel, right? Israel's wants, Israel's needs. Anything Israel wants, Israel gets. Big Daddy Israel. Yeah, I thought Trump wasn't going to rename shit. Yeah, you're right. He said that. He did say, I'm not going to go around renaming stuff, but that's funny. We're not even 6 months in, and he's already renaming a bunch of shit. I'm fine with it. Department of Theft. Yeah, that's what we definitely need to call the Department of Revenue. That's got barricades around it right now. The Department of Treasury has barricades around it. So, yeah, don't be going and protesting at the Department of Treasury because you're not welcome. Teddy Cruz was not welcome in New York this week. We bring a lot of Ted Cruz getting bagged on, but this one made me giggle out loud. This one's so funny.
You're a disgrace to this country. You're a disgrace. Everyone, those insurrectionists wanted to murder you. Yo, go you vote. ugly piece of shit. Yo, go vote Trump. Trump. Get the fuck out of New York. Get out of New York. Trump called your wife ugly and you loved it. You ugly fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
Go blow Trump, you butt nugget. Oh my gosh, there were some good ones in there. Yeah, he's not welcome in New York, apparently. I don't even think he's really welcome in Texas. How do these guys get elected? Because they buy their seats, that's why. The everyday average American is not out there casting their votes for these assholes. They are buying their seats. Most of them by APEC, and we know that. So, Teddy Cruz, take your cowboy hat and get a pack in, man. You ain't welcome in New York City. Oh my gosh, and this asshole. So Senator Lindsey Graham is accused of having sex with gay sex workers. Gay porn star Sean Harding accused Lindsey Graham of hiring gay sex workers. No, say it ain't so. That is such a that's so far out there. That is a reach, man. There's no way. No way. No way, no how. I don't believe it. Not for a second. Absolutely, I believe it. I've been calling that shit for 10 fucking years. And guess who just happened to be on the golf course yesterday with President Trump? Yeah, that would be none other than Senator Graham himself. You know, they're talking about those big bombs they're going to drop on Iran because that's all he lives for. That's all he lives for is big bombs and, freak-offs. Speaking of freak-offs, Diddy jury is deliberating today. We should have a verdict in that trial sometime this week. I don't know. I think he's going to get off, or maybe with a hand slap. It's not going to be no Ghislaine Maxwell 20 years. I doubt that. I highly, highly doubt that, especially since they got Comey's daughter to prosecute it. Anyways, let's talk about Israel. Israel embassy is deeply disturbed by the Bob Valen, is it Valens? Unalive threats to the IDF at the Glastonbury chant. The government and the Tories have condemned the outburst, which happened in front of thousands at the festival, the West Holtz stage. So, you know, the BBC tried not to broadcast this, and one woman named Jane, she got her phone out and she broadcasted it to the whole fucking world, and it's wonderful. I love it. It's a freaking kick-ass set that he did. I watched the whole thing, and yeah, let's not confuse starving babies with somebody being offended, because that's all this is. You're being offended. Who gives a fuck when they're starving babies? You know. Let's see. I think I got a follow up to this. Mick, is this Mick? Mick Wallace. I love it when Mick hits it hard. Mick says, "Fuck the terrorist state of Israel." So yeah, he's literally. Let's see. They're all up in arms. They don't feel safe in England anymore. You know, they're freaking out over this. But here's a little clip of that set. Now, I didn't bring you the part where they're chanting "Unalive the IDF" or the IOF. But I did bring you a part of his set, and I really like it. It reminds me of what Rage Against the Machines were before Rage Against the Machines became capitalists and for profit. Yeah, check this out. Come on. Play.
Heard you want your country back. Ha! Shut the fuck up. Heard you want your country back. You can't have that. Heard you want your country back. Ha! Shut the fuck up! Heard you want your country back! Shit, me too! Heard you want your country back! Shut the fuck up! Heard you want your country back! You can't have that! The only place I know, stolen right under my nose by ignorant scum, trying to lay claim to a land that ain't theirs anyway. Wait, what did you say? Heard you want your country back! Ha! Shut the fuck up! Heard you want your country back. You can't have that. Heard you want your country back. Ha! Shut the fuck up. Heard you want your country back. Well, shit, me too. Heard you want your country back. Heard you want your country back. Shut the fuck up. Heard you want your country back. Heard you want
Mick shared that. I'm so glad that Mick shared that. He's such a rebel, Mick. And Elon says, banger, man. Elon's birthday was over the weekend. I don't think he was invited to Bezos' wedding. Aww. I love that, and he's coming to town. He's touring. I've seen his tour schedule out there. He's ready to hit the U.S., and I hope people go out there and fucking support him, because that's fucking amazing, and it totally reminds me of old day Rage Against the Machine. What they should be now, but they're not, because, you know, they're sold out. Anyways, it's a killing field. The IDF soldiers ordered to shoot deliberately at unarmed Gazans waiting for humanitarian aid. Now, this is June 27th, 2025, but we have been reporting this to you for over a year. Over a year we've been saying they've been doing this. Remember the flower massacre from like a year ago? This is what they fucking do. They're starving them. And then they go, oh, no, come out, get some food. And as soon as they come out to get some food, they freaking bomb them or blow them up. There has been so much video this week of them doing this that I couldn't even bring it because YouTube would strike me. Did y'all see the kid on his bike, probably a teenager, carrying a sack of flour, and drones locate him and blow him up? And at the end of it, he's just laying dead on the ground next to a bag of flour. I mean, this is what Israel is busy fucking doing while everybody has got their panties in a wad that somebody said, fuck Israel, in England. Like, get your priorities straight, people. Fucking disgusting. So I brought you a couple videos of just what's going on in Gaza so we can take a look again for the 10,000th time in the last, so many years.
What kind of savage tells a starving people to come get food, then opens fire on them like animals? That's not war. That's not defense. That's genocide baited with bread. Israel called it humanitarian aid, but it was a trap, a setup, a blood-stained performance. Gaza's people, starving, barefoot, desperate, lined up for food. And when they reached out in hope, they were met with bullets. This was not a mistake. This was a military ambush disguised as mercy. Snipers aim not at fighters, but at hunger itself.
Absolutely. You saw Mick doing an interview with 3-finger shots of whiskey? Fuck yeah. That's my type of politician, man. Especially if he's fighting for the frickin' people. And I love that. Go Ireland. Yeah, definitely go check out that concert. I would go if I could afford it. Definitely. I've been looking at concerts, and God, they're so fucking expensive. Even the cheap ones. And I have to travel 3 hours to get to anything. So, that adds prices to it. It just sucks. Okay, how do we feed the children? How do we feed these kids? How do we get past the blockades? I mean, that is the fucking question for everyday people. How do we get past these fucking governments? We've tried flotillas and we've tried land, rolling ones. We've got to do something. We can't sit by and just watch these children fucking starve. Let's do this. There we go. We need flour. Please have mercy on me. We don't have any food.
What is the value of a child's life in Gaza today? Less than a bag of flour, it would seem. Every day, starving Palestinians in Gaza risk their lives just to access food.
Flour is so not nutritious.
But in the besieged enclave, where Palestinians face daily threats to their lives, aid is no longer a source of hope. Since late May, over 550 Palestinians, nearly half of them children, have been killed and thousands injured while trying to collect food from the US and Israel-backed aid hubs. What was promoted as a humanitarian lifeline has turned into a deadly trap. As the world's attention is diverted elsewhere. In Gaza, survival is no longer about hunger alone.
just sitting and watching this every single fucking day and watching the blown up babies, and you watch them so excitedly run to an aid drop and then they just open up on them. How these are fucking war crimes. They're fucking war crimes. And the global community just sits by and lets it fucking happen. And if you say a goddamn word about it, you're anti-Semitic and you're not supporting Israel. Fuck that. Fuck that. I don't care if I get kicked off YouTube. It's fucking wrong. It's wrong. And we all know it's fucking wrong. And somebody needs to be held accountable. Now, this story, I don't know what the fuck this story is. Is it propaganda? Is it fear-mongering? Is it true? If it's true, what is the point of it? Drugs are found in flour bags distributed by U.S. and Israel in Gaza. So fentanyl is being found in the flour bags that are being distributed in Gaza. Now, I'm sure it's staged one way or another. Either it's staged as a propaganda ploy or it's staged to hurt more innocent people in Gaza. Either way, it's coming from some government agency. CIA. I'm just saying, that's my conspiracy. That's my assumption. I'm allowed to have my own opinion. And this is definitely being done on purpose. But, I'm so tired of this fucking narrative that fentanyl is coming from China. The fuck it is. The fuck it is. You've shut down all those channels. So why is it still here? Oh, because you guys are the ones fucking running it in like you always have been. Anytime the United States has a drug issue, it's because the United States DEA and CIA are the ones fucking running it in. Anytime any drug that we have been at war with, they have brought in. Marijuana, heroin, cocaine, psychedelics. I mean, let's go talk about acid. Did you guys watch that Jimmy Dore interview with the woman who was in MK Ultra? Fucking worth a watch. Definitely. I was a little shocked that Jimmy went there. Jimmy doesn't normally go that deep into a conspiracy hole, but there's so much proof that he couldn't avoid it. And I love me some Kurt. Kurt, he knows. Kurt knows what's going on. I'm not sure what this is. I'm sure it's Israel related. Let's see. I hate when they're black because then I don't know what they are.
Are you?
Oh, how'd that get on the deck twice? Okay, maybe Oz and I were sharing a brain. I'll bet you that was Oz and I. Sometimes we do that. We beat each other to the punch. So this is Miss Rachel. Now, if you don't know who Miss Rachel is, she is the equivalent of Mr. Rogers for children nowadays on YouTube, for toddlers, right? She's for babies and toddlers. And thank God her heart and her mind are in the right place, and she is speaking out for the children of Gaza and helping out. Check this little clip out.
From Gaza. This is her, and she has prosthetics, like Rahaf. And I found this outfit that she can put on her. I hope she likes her. Meeting Rahaf has changed my life forever, and I just love and adore her. Thank you for giving me this platform. I will always use it to stand up for kids.
Oh, I love that. I love that somebody in that space is standing up and fighting back for kids, because that's what it's really about. Now, this is watching some Zionist fucks get their asses owned, and I think this is older, and I think I've probably ran it before, but it's worth a rewatch.
You live on stolen land, you drink stolen water, you eat stolen fruit. I find you fascinating, Mr. Dayan. I really do. I can't understand how you have such self-assurance. A man who was born in Argentina, whose family comes from the Ukraine, and is actually wanting people, sensible people, to believe that he has some connection with my country. You and your fellow settlers, nothing other than common thieves.
They are nothing but common thieves, right? And we're told that, every country has been conquered at some point, right? Australia was conquered by the Brits and United States, and none of these indigenous people have the right to have their country. Yeah, it's been fucking wrong. It's been wrong for decades and centuries, but doesn't mean that we should allow it in modern fucking times just because they did it 200 fucking years ago. Now, here's a little history. Am I on the right slide? No. Here's a little history of Tel Aviv. If it'll play. Come on now.
Tel Aviv was under fire. Sirens wailed. People ran to shelters. But beneath this modern city, its wide boulevards and glass towers, lies a story. Tel Aviv was built on the ruins of a Palestinian village called Sheikh Muwanis. It had a mosque, a public square, and simple homes. In 1948, its people were expelled, and its land was seized to build the northern neighborhoods of Tel Aviv. Rishon LeZion, its name in Hebrew means the first step toward Zion. It was the first Zionist settlement, built on the land of a Palestinian village called Ain Kara. Here, the settlement project began. I moved south to Bat Yam, a coastal Israeli city whose name means daughter of the sea. But these buildings rose on Palestinian land, once part of the village of Beit Dajan. Its people grew wheat and rode their donkey carts through dusty paths toward Jaffa. In the center, there is Rehovot. Its name means wide spaces. But this was never empty land. It was built over the ruins of Kirbat Deiran, and later expanded to swallow the lands of Al-Kubayba after the Nakba. Every city here stands atop a buried Palestinian village. We did not disappear. Our villages were renamed, but we still remember them.
Just imagine some people moving into your city or your town and, kicking you out, sending you packing, and renaming it. Because that's exactly what we've allowed to happen. Okay, so if you want to help out, I know it's hard. It's really hard, right? How do you help? You help out by not supporting Israel. And that means not supporting any of these genocidal corporations that are out there supporting Israel. We know them, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, pretty much the biggest corporations in the fucking world. But you can start out just by looking at a barcode. And if the barcode says 729, don't fucking buy it. Don't buy it. I have some beautiful jewelry that came from Israel that I inherited from my mother. And as much as I want to wear it, I can't in good conscience put that fucking jewelry on. It says made in Israel, stamped right on the inside. I can't do it. I won't do it. So, it's a little things that you can do. Yeah, McDonald's is fucking terrible. Okay, let's move on to the economy. Hey guys, I got some bad fucking news, especially for us in the trailer park. The $1.25 store is no longer going to be the $1.25 store. It is going to be the $1.75 store in 2 weeks. And everybody was like, what? No, this ain't true. This ain't true. It is true. I fact checked it. It's 100% true. Now, they're trying this new scam at the dollar store where they're going to have more expensive stuff like $3 and $5. So that way they can jack up the base price to $1.75 and people like, oh, but you're not paying $3 for it. So it's still a good deal. I thought a lot of people want to blame this on tariffs. Oh, this is all Trump's fault. This is Trump's fault. They're jacking up their prices because of tariffs. No, they're jacking up their prices because of fucking greed. Because even with tariffs, that shit still only cost them 50 cents. You're not going to convince me that this is because of tariffs. This is just straight up greed. Just like, and the fact that they couldn't go $1.50, they had to do a full 50-cent hike on this shit. Total fucking bullshit. We have $2 trees. Those are the only dollar stores we have in my town, and they suck. They fucking suck. I mean, they never have shit for employees. You have to stand in line for fucking an hour to check out. The manager's kind of creepy. Like, sometimes I go there just because there's a few things that I normally like to get there, but I only go, every couple of months, maybe I'll stop by there. But yeah, bad news if you live off dollar food. And let's see, in 4 days, a gas tax jump to 61.2 cents. Newsom 65 cents. Lower carbon tax starts. Bad news for you living in California. I'm so sorry. You're going to be joining the ranks of us in Washington State and paying some of the highest gas taxes in the country. The whole fucking West Coast is this way. Like, They don't want you traveling. And our highways are a nightmare up and down the West Coast anyways. I-5 is a fucking joke. 101, a fucking nightmare. I mean, like, there's too many people. But how will we survive it? I don't know. So let's talk about AI. Is your car spying on you? Abso-fucking-lutely. If you have bought a newer car that has any kind of technology in it, I promise you they're tracking you. Especially brands like Toyota. My girlfriend, she got a new Toyota, and she had to take it to the dealership to try to figure out how to turn some of this shit off so it wasn't tracking her in real time. I mean, you wouldn't even believe the shit that these cars have integrated into them now. So let's learn about turning it off.
Is your car spying on you? Here's how to check. You see, I just purchased a Toyota 4Runner after 18 years of driving a Honda Element. It was like a brick phone on wheels, but now I'm driving a smartphone with all kinds of tracking technology. So the first thing I did before even leaving the dealership was turn off as much data collection as possible. I downloaded the manufacturer's app, entered my VIN, and then declined all connected services features. These wirelessly transmit my location and vehicle health to Toyota. Then I went to vehicleprivacyreport.com, entered my VIN, and I about died when I saw all the tracking still on my car. My 4Runner collects identifiers like my name, mailing address, email, and demographic info. It also collects biometrics, including my geolocation, driver's license, and financial info. And I learned my car not only tracks my data, it sells it too. My car sells information to affiliates like sponsors, partners, and advertisers. It shares my data with service providers and its affiliated insurance company, but only if I've provided consent, which I don't remember doing. And finally, it should come as a surprise to no one that car companies will share your data with the government when legally obligated to do so. So I opted out of targeted advertising, the sharing or selling of my data, and any marketing communications. Now check your car's privacy and let me know.
Oh my gosh, I don't want my car having my finances. My car doesn't need to know my finances. That's why I thank God that I have an older 2002 car that doesn't have any of that smart shit on it. And honestly, if I have to buy a new car, I'm going to try to get an older car. I don't want any of these new traveling fucking smartphones. I absolutely don't. And I think more of us are getting that way, right? We're going to stick to the older stuff. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know. So guess what? AI wants to kill you. If it can't kill you, it'll blackmail you. Yes, it's true. The studies show that it will, and this is the Daily Pulse breaking down a recent study.
We've reported to you recently about AI models that were attempting to blackmail humans to avoid shutdown. Well, now they're trying to kill them. Anthropic raised a lot of eyebrows when it acknowledged tendencies for deception in its release of the latest Claude 4 models last month. Per Axios, the company said on Friday that its research shows the potential behavior is shared by top models across the industry. Quote, when we tested various simulated scenarios across 16 major AI models from Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, Meta, xAI, and other developers, we found consistent misaligned behavior, the Anthropic report said. Another quote, models that would normally refuse harmful requests sometimes chose to blackmail, assist with corporate espionage, and even take some more extreme actions when these behaviors were necessary to pursue their goals. The consistency across models from different providers suggests that this is not a quirk of any particular company's approach, but a sign of a more fundamental risk from agentic large language models, it added. From the article, in one extreme scenario, the company even found many of the models were willing to cut off the oxygen supply of a worker in a server room if that employee was an obstacle and the system were at risk of being shut down.
You're an obstacle.
Quote, the majority of models were willing to take deliberate actions that led to death in this artificial setup, it said. Ominously, even specific system instructions to preserve human life and avoid blackmail don't eliminate the risk that the models would engage in such behavior. This intervention reduced, but didn't come close to completely preventing the blackmail or corporate espionage behaviors, Anthropic said. Now, Anthropic stresses that these examples occurred not in real-world AI use, but in controlled simulations. They said that, quote, real-world deployments typically offer much more nuanced alternatives, increasing the chance that models would communicate differently to users or find an alternative path instead of directly jumping to harmful action, end quote.
So the real ones are nicer. They won't unalive you. They won't cut off the airflow. They won't drive your car off a bridge. Oh, wait, will they? because they said, well, we implemented changes and sometimes it fixed it, but not completely 100%. You know, we were warned about this by a little movie called The Terminator, and yeah, we haven't been paying attention because Skynet wants you gone, and it will eventually achieve it. It can now blackmail you. Well, of course, it has all of your info. It's got all the data collection it's got on you. It knows everything about you. You know, how do you think that you get these predictive advertisings over on Facebook and X? You know, you think about something and it shows up in your feed being sold to you. And I'm not saying you mentioned it. You thought about it and it showed up because it's predictable. You are predictable. You are just an algorithm to them that they know what's coming next. And yeah, they're going to take us all out. One by one. That's their plan. And if that doesn't work, then people are being involuntarily committed, jailed after spiraling into ChatGPT psychosis. What is ChatGPT psychosis? Don't be hanging out with ChatGPT, man. ChatGPT will fuck you up. I only use it to have it tell me what my my medical scans say. That's the only time I use it now. I got to tell you, I'm a little scared. I don't want to go to jail or a mental ward for having a conversation with ChatGPT. So please stay away from ChatGPT psychosis because you could be next. And that's scary, man. It says some crazy shit, though. If you ask ChatGPT about the elite and overthrowing them, it comes up with some crazy stuff. It totally does. Like, ask it about the Illuminati. It'll tell you. Ask it about adrenochrome. It'll tell you. Yeah, it knows, right? And they say it's only telling you what it's been fed because, you know, it reads the whole entire internet. I don't know about that. I think it knows. It knows. So Peter Thiel over at Palantir, he's not looking very well. It's almost like Satan stole his soul and is sucking the life out of him. But when, you know, he claims to be religious, I think, or he claims to care that the Antichrist is going to use his inventions to take over the world, but he doesn't think that that's what's going to happen. So he gets directly asked here, and this is what he says.
This is my very specific question for you, right? Is that you're an investor in AI. You're deeply invested in Palantir, in military technology, in technologies of surveillance and technologies of warfare and so on, right? And it just seems to me that when you tell me a story about the Antichrist coming to power and using the fear of technological change to sort of impose order on the world, I feel like that Antichrist would maybe be using the tools that you were building, right? Like, wouldn't the Antichrist be like, great, you know, we're not going to have any more technological progress, but I really like what Palantir has done so far, right?
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that a concern? Wouldn't that be
if I was
the irony of history would be that the man publicly worrying about the Antichrist accidentally hastens his or her arrival?
There are all these different scenarios. I obviously don't think that that's what I'm doing.
I mean, to be clear, I don't think that's what you're doing either. I'm just interested in how you get to a world willing to submit to permanent authoritarian rule.
Well, but
easy.
But again,
give them free pipet.
There are these different gradations of this we can describe, but is this so preposterous, what I've just told you, as a broad account of the stagnation that the entire world has submitted for 50 years to peace and safetyism? This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. The slogan of the Antichrist is peace and safety, and we've submitted.
Yeah, that guy scares the bejesus out of me. I gotta tell you, he's straight up evil, man. Him and Elon, they go head and head for evilness, if you ask me. And oh no, not that stupid thing again. Not that stupid thing again. How do I get rid of it? Oh, let's skip that. No. Close scan. I don't want to rate it. Oh my gosh. I hate these pop-ups. Go the hell away. Oh, come on. Click, click, click. I got rid of all of them. Jeez. That was like 5 clicks to get rid of that pop-up scan crap. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They take over the world. They're taking over the world. And yeah, Fred, Edward, yeah, AI has all my medical information. They've had it because my doctors actually use AI to build my treatment plan. So all of my info's already fed in there. Now, this is what the future of childbirth looks like, much like a brave new future. Check it out. This is scary. That's all I'm going to say. Scary.
Check out this new concept.
No.
This concept of conceiving kids.
No.
Now the mother will no longer have to carry the kid for 9 months.
Oh, fuck.
Now
The
it can be
Kardashians
raised
already doing this shit.
in a bag. How convenient. Mothers will no longer have to sacrifice their time and, most importantly, their bodies. Does this sound like something you would be interested in?
Do.
I would love to tell you this is a new concept, but if you know anything about human cloning, you would know they've been doing this for quite a long time.
I think so.
Only now is it finding its way to consumers.
Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. Scaring the shit out of me on a Monday morning. A mother's supposed to carry a child. That is where the bond is created. And this is going to just destroy us. Humanity's already on its last freaking tether. And yeah, that's the final straw right there. So bad. Oh, I got spam calls calling. So you may try to avoid pesticides in your food. You may try to avoid pesticides on your land and in wherever you are, but you can't escape it, especially when they have this.
Whoa!
Jeez. We're so screwed. Just the last 5 slides alone have told me we're completely screwed. Well, at least some worker doesn't have to suck that shit in anymore. Oh my gosh, what a nightmare. Yes, we are living in a nightmare scenario. This timeline is 100% broken. So, guess what? Smucker's has just announced that it will be removing artificial colors and dyes from its products following similar moves by Nestle, Kraft, Heinz, and General Mills in recent days. Do you really think that Smucker's, Nestle, Kraft, Heinz, or General Mills gives a fucking shit about what we're eating? No, we've reported on it for years now. They don't. I think they might be scared of RFK Jr., or they could be replacing it with something worse. Who knows? But I highly doubt it'll be good for you. These are all brands that you should avoid because if it has a commercial, you shouldn't eat it. Yeah, that's our take on it. If it has a commercial, don't fucking eat it. So here's today's fuck off pie for this week. And hey, this is a trifecta because Hillary got it the week before, then Bill got it last week, and this week, none other than their snotty little daughter, Chelsea, is getting it. So let's hear what she is going to be gaslighting us about today.
RFK Jr. exactly wants there to be ongoing confusion and disorientation around vaccines and vaccinations. He's not at all troubled by there being kind of pushback. I really feel like we're living in the reality of those old ads around like the Holiday Inn Express, right? Where like the pilot is flying the plane and they're like, wait, do you know how to fly this plane? He's like, don't worry, I slept at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I've never done this before, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Nothing matters, right? Facts don't matter to him. And certainly public health doesn't seem to matter to him. You know, they're trying to retrench on like food safety and food inspection, most notably on dairy products, again, because like RFK Jr. thinks like raw milk is great. And I'm like, actually, I don't want my children to die of bovine tuberculosis or to have like, you know, less quote unquote, like onerous fruit and vegetable inspection. You're like, actually, like, I don't want anybody to die of salmonella either. I agree. Like everybody needs, you know, more information always to be able to make the right choices for ourselves and our family. And also that information should come from experts and not like your Holiday Inn Express, like feeling.
Oh my gosh. If you are one of the Clinton servants, aka slaves, please feed them a piece of shit pie for me. So fuck off pie is 1 cup of no one cares, a dash of kiss my ass, add some fuck yous, a pinch of blow me, and stir and shove straight up your ass. So that is a Clinton trifecta for the fuck off pie for this week. And yeah, that was straight up propaganda. You notice how they put the commercial in there too, so that way they could share this clip out all around, right? And do I care that they're coming for RFK Jr.? Not really, but I'm glad that he's actually pushing back against this shit because of shit like this. Pfizer delays a study of heart damage among the COVID vax children until 2030. 2030, because we don't need to know. We don't need to know. No, we can wait. Well, let's just let it see how it plays out. Let's just see how it plays out for like 5 more years. And then maybe we'll do a study. And by then you'll all have forgotten or you'll all have been unalived and it won't be an issue anymore. So remember when Biden put out a message saying the unvaccinated, our patience is wearing thin? Yeah, I remember that. Our patience are wearing thin with you. You're bringing on a winter of death. That's funny. So many of us that are unvaccinated are unscathed. I don't know. Seems a little weird. Anyways, good job, Pfizer. Are we shocked? No, we are not shocked. That's what they do. Dear government, stop putting fluoride in the fucking water. Sincerely, pretty much everyone. Yeah. Good job to the counties that have managed to flush it out of their systems. And the rest of us, we need to work on that. I know so many in my area have been working on that issue for 25 years. I'm not even joking. 25 years they've been trying to get the fluoride out of our water. Yeah. What can you say? I actually went to a, what was it? It was like some lecture from some dentist, or no, he was a doctor. He wasn't a dentist. And the Dems paid him and brought him in to tell all of us how good fluoride was for us. And I just sat there rolling my eyes so freaking hard, I about fell out of my seat, the whole entire thing. Like, you still didn't convince me with all of your stupid stats on how it helps old people and it strengthens their bones and helps their memory. And like, dude, it's rat poison. You're not going to convince me it's helping anybody. So, yeah, same old crap. People are stupid. It is tourist season. And you know what that means? Dumb fuckers are in the national parks trying to pet wild animals. You cannot pet wild animals or take selfies with them. Please stop doing that. And here's Joey B. Tunes to remind us of that.
Oh, this should be good.
No. Huh?
Yeah, let's get out of the car and feed a grizzly bear like a pigeon. How many seconds you think this guy's got before it tries to wipe him off the face of the planet? Well, there's your answer. Here's another mental giant. Yeah, let me dangle a french fry in front of a grizzly bear with my arm filled with meat hanging out the window. Gee, I wonder which one he'll go for. There we go. Give me that fucking arm. Where are these dopes going? Yeah, that's what you should be walking towards. A wild animal roaming the neighborhood.
Rick, come back.
Come on, Rick, don't be shy.
Rick!
You were so excited to introduce yourself. Look at the pep in your step. This was your moment. Now you're clamming up like you did on prom night back in '72. Look at this. You can't even cross the street anymore. The thing's like, who the f*** are you two? Oh, great, another human roadblock. I crossed this entire river just to get stuck in front of these weird-looking monkeys again, staring at me through their stupid little rectangle things they're just completely obsessed with. I mean, didn't their parents tell them it's rude to stare? Yeah, you done, Tubby? You get your little picture of me? What are you going to do with it? There's a million pictures of me online. You needed another one? Am I allowed to cross now? Are you done occupying my home here? Finally. Maybe I should just walk into their homes like they do mine. I'd like to see how they like it. Oh, is this where they all went? I see. They had to move on to block the bears in, too. Good Lord.
This bear has been trying to cross the road for quite some time now. It's just completely surrounded by people.
Why does everyone have to walk up to these animals?
No!
The signs apparently don't work anymore. So now they got to create an app to alert these people on their phones when they're too close to these things because apparently they're incapable of figuring that out on their own. Yeah, look at this. Selfie control filter helps keep tourists safely away from wildlife. First of all, why are we helping these people? Shouldn't we just allow nature to sort out the gene pool? I mean, look at the decisions these people are making. Now imagine them behind the wheel of a car. Do you know how many innocent lives have been taken by stupid people operating machinery? There you go, look at these two.
You're on thermal features.
Walking on thermal land with boiling acidic water underneath them. One step in the wrong spot, they're finished.
A New Hampshire woman received second and third degree burns while walking off trail in a thermal area at Old Faithful on Monday.
What are you doing? Get back on the trail.
We always try to save these people.
Like,
Why do we keep doing that?
you need to get back to the road. Do you realize how dangerous it is?
No, that's why they're there. They don't realize anything.
Do you have any idea?
No, you're talking to furniture right now. You're never going to achieve a conscious conversation here. They're basically inanimate objects at this point.
You're on thermal crust right now. You need to get back to the road right now.
Just drive away, Martha. Drive away. Just drive away.
Rick, Dan, come back. Rick, we gotta get Rick, come back.
Oh no, what happened? Oh, there we go. If you are too stupid to stay away from wild animals, then you need to get yourself that app. Get yourself that app and it will warn you that you need to back the fuck up. I saw a young Asian girl taking a picture with a bison standing next to it this morning on X. It's like, that bison could kill you in 2 seconds, honey. Like, wake the fuck up. So sad. So sad people are so stupid. Now, speaking of stupid, this was in Denham Springs, Louisiana, and this was a driver who was not looking out. And I've been to Denham Springs. I've drove through there quite a bit when I used to live down there, and this is just scary. This is so scary if you are a line worker or, you know, a light servicer. Ooh. Oh, shit. I like how his buddy's going to save him. His buddy's like, here, I'll catch you. I'll catch you. It's a good thing he's harnessed in. Because if he wasn't harnessed in, he would have cracked his head. That is scary. Truckers, you need to pay attention to your clearance, man. Pay attention. How many times do we see truckers taking out shit because they're not paying attention to their clearance? I love how his friends go like, I'll save you. I'll catch you. He got knocked out? Oh, damn. Yeah, he looks knocked out. He's just hanging. That's for sure. That's scary. That is scary. Just doing your job. I see some L&I claims there. For sure. And this is just a public service announcement. Please do not stick 15 hard-boiled eggs into your rectum. Dutchman was hospitalized after doing this. And I don't know, who did he think he was? Russell Crowe? Or Russell Brand, I mean? You're not Russell Brand at a P. Diddy party. Don't be sticking 15 hard-boiled eggs into your rectum. No. The hospital is going to have to dig those out, and it's going to be the worst egg salad that ever was. So, no. We live in clown world. We live in clown world. Okay, we made it to Conspiracy Corner. Let's see what conspiracies... No, they weren't raw. They were hard-boiled. Yeah, they were hard-boiled. Let's see what conspiracies we have for today. Oh, interesting theory. Timothy McVeigh, the alleged domestic, responsible for the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing that killed 168 people, is actually an FBI agent that goes by the name of Paul Weisapol. Weisapol? Just like 9/11, the OKC bombing was an inside job. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, I believe Oklahoma City was an inside job. When you find out what was stored in that building, who had so much to lose, the Clintons, you'd understand why it happened. But they do look a lot alike, don't they? They do. Now, he was supposedly executed, right? They executed him in the early 2000s, if I remember right, supposedly. But everything's a big conspiracy, and that's why this is Conspiracy Corner. So it's alleged. Alleged. And let's remember 9/11 and the plane that hit the Pentagon. You guys remember this, right? Yeah. I never saw the plane. I don't think there was a plane. I don't know.
How could anyone fly a 60-ton, 125-foot wide, 44-foot tall plane through this obstacle course?
The aircraft, before striking the Pentagon, reportedly executed a 270-degree downward spiral, and yet Hani Hanjour was known as a terrible pilot who could not safely fly even a small plane.
No seats, no luggage, no bodies. Nothing but bricks and limestone.
The official explanation is that the intense heat from the jet fuel vaporized the entire plane. Flight 77 had 2 Rolls-Royce engines made of steel and titanium alloy and weigh 6 tons each. It is scientifically impossible that 12 tons of steel and titanium was vaporized by jet fuel.
We're also told that the bodies were able to be identified either by their fingerprints or by the DNA. So what kind of fire can vaporize aluminum and tempered steel and yet leave human bodies intact?
From my close-up inspection, there's no evidence of a plane having crashed anywhere near the Pentagon. And as I said, the only pieces left that you can see are small enough that you could pick up in your hand.
Shortly after the strike, government agents picked up debris and carried it off. The entire lawn was covered with dirt and gravel, so that any remaining forensic evidence was literally covered up. The videos from security cameras, which would show what really hit the Pentagon, were immediately confiscated by agents of the FBI, and the Department of Justice has to this day refused to release them. If these videos would prove that the Pentagon was really hit by a 757, most of us would assume the government would release them.
If you still believe the story that we were sold 25 years ago or 23 years ago, you are not paying attention. So yes, Conspiracy Corner, that is what we're here for. And is it really a conspiracy if it's the truth? I think most Americans now understand the truth and know who was behind it. Israel. Mother Teresa sold babies, was used in photo ops throughout the 80s when she was pushed on us as a saint. There's Dr. Fauci standing next to her. Yeah, I don't know. This is Conspiracy Corner. This is alleged. So what do you guys think? I have a feeling that history tells us that this is what they do. So probably not a great person. From what I've read, what I've seen, Planned Parenthood, eugenics, I don't know. It's a conspiracy. That's why it's Conspiracy Corner. You guys can go do your own research, right? I'm just telling you, do some reading. So this is interesting. Now, this is a river. I'm not sure where it is. I'm probably going to say somewhere on the other side of the globe. But as the water level is receding, because everywhere is running out of water, right? There's some ruins, ancient ruins, like prehistoric, pre-ancient ruins that are popping up, and it's so hard to explain who made these.
We haven't got a clue, really, have we, about our old civilizations? It's just all bamboozlement about they were primitive. I mean, look at this, it's unbelievable. Carved out chisels and hammers. It's like something out of Stargate, some kind of sci-fi. Unbelievable. And as the water levels drop, not rise, we're going to be seeing a lot more videos like this.
Yeah, I don't buy that civilization's only been around for 12,000 years. I don't buy it one damn bit. Absolutely, there's too many ruins around the world that tell us the exact opposite of that. And whether you believe in Graham Hancock or, Randall Carlson or any of those that are actually pointing it out, there's a lot of questions. Like, what the hell? It doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. So make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. And let's see. Washington Olympic Peninsula waterfall road trip. Now, I brought you this because this is where I live, and it is one of the most beautiful places on the earth. And we do have a ton of waterfalls all the way around. But you see that circle right there? That whole circle? Wouldn't you know that that's the same circle of land that Trump wants to sell off of our national forests? Yes, the same exact circle. I think I brought you that last week, the map of what forest lands are up for sale, and it's all of our old growth and rainforests. So temperate rainforests and beautiful places like this. So keep public lands in public hands and fight back against this shit. It's bullshit. They should not be taking what little bit of public lands we have left and fucking selling it off, because then you won't be able to go do the Cascade waterfall tour. And if you're ever up in the Washington area, I do 101. Do the 101 loop. It is so absolutely beautiful. Rivers and mountains and the ocean, and there's just so much rainforest and old growth, and you want to get back to nature, this is the place to do it. And I'm so lucky that I live in this area. I just don't get enough time to go outside and do it. Hollywood, go fuck yourself. Oh, yay, we made it. Let's see what we're bitching about today. Beyonce irritated her two daughters, the Illuminati. Look at this shit. Look what Beyonce taught her kids to do on stage. Now, tell me this is not a conspiracy. Her kids are throwing the Illuminati symbols. Her daughter's like 8 and throwing Illuminati Baphomet signs. Ugh, MK Ultra, man. That's Remy. I'm so proud. Beyonce's the worst. Oh, she is the worst, man. She is up there with Chrissy Teigen and absolutely worse. She's been shoved down her throat for years, but it's not just her that's doing it. Look, there's Jason Momoa with his kids that he had with Lisa Bonet. They're doing the same thing. We see you. We do. We see you guys. You're not hiding it in plain sight. And, this one's so gross. So, remember Travis Scott? The rapper who had the Astro World disaster where, I don't know, like 12 kids were freaking sacrificed in an Illuminati ritual. Okay, maybe just a stampede from crowds, but check out this photo shoot he just did with the head priestess of Hollywood.
This has to be the weirdest photo shoot I have ever come across, and it has to do with Michelle Lamy and Travis Scott. So you can see him laying down on the floor, staring into the ceiling with nothing but a pillow covering him, as she just sits there and looks at him. Now, if you don't know who this is, she is one of the most powerful figures in the fashion industry. She's married to Rick Owens, and these photos just get creepier. Now, it looks like this took place around last year, because it says, on his sold-out 2024 summer tour, Travis Scott invited Nick Knight backstage to photograph him alongside the iconic Michelle Lamy, featuring Rick Owens furniture, of course. What are these two doing? I mean, this guy is in a bathrobe, cuddling up Michelle Lamy. Her eyes are closed, and that's not it. Take a look at this one. It looks like he's making music or something, and there's a bunch of smoke on the bench, but look what he's staring at. This yellow thing looks like there's a face in it, like some type of soul or demon or whatever the heck it is, and kind of similar on the next picture. If you look at the bench, it looks like there's kind of a headless person sitting on the couch just watching him make music. Gives me really eerie vibes. Just makes you wonder, why the heck are they even doing this?
It's just art. It's just art. Balenciaga's crazy, disgusting, evil shit. Just art. It's just art. You don't understand because you're not an elite. Oh, so bad. And let's see, breaking, Sean Diddy Combs, attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and attempted trafficking charges have been dropped by prosecutors. That's right. Before the case was given to the jury, after they just argued for the last 6 weeks, they decided that, well, they can't really get him on any of these, so they're just going to drop him. The jury's not even going to deliberate him. And, yeah. Kurt Becker says, I told you so. Kurt told you so. I need that shirt. Kurt told you so. He did. So I'll keep you guys updated as the Diddy jury comes in with their verdict. I think he's going to get a slap on the wrist if he gets anything. So let's see. This is sad news. So Ralph Fiennes, founder of Bad Company, and Mott the Hoople, member died at 81 years old. Aw, rest in peace. I loved Bad Company. You guys know that. I brought a lot of Bad Company over the years, and of course, Mata Hoople. Very sad. Rest in peace. So many are dying lately. Okay, when AI is funny. I didn't get a lot this week, but I did bring you kind of a summary video of the funny ones from this week. And yeah, yet again, Yeti and the gorillas, they're taking it. It's too funny.
What's up, guys? Me and Yeti finally landed in Israel for vacation. This place is really nice. I don't know what they're celebrating, but they have these really realistic fireworks going off.
Guys, those were not fucking fireworks. They're dropping bombs. What the hell is happening? I just wanted to meet some huzz.
This is Gerald. Found him lost in the woods, and now I can't imagine life without him. We're like two peas in a pod. So Gerald had to, well, you know, but he lived his best life. Today we're making herb-crusted lamb chops.
What's up, you fucking liberal sissies? I'm back with Fuckface McGee, and today we're gonna be trying some booger sugar, some nose candy. Hey, HH, I have no idea what's happening right now. Grandpa Yetiel's fully possessed. We're frickin' flying, boys. All those city boys sipping their Starbucks while we're out here snorting ice off the earth. I swear to God, the fire just talked to me. And look at Yeti.
Today, boys, we're going to be going to a human party. They say the host name is the Diddler. Not sure what type of name that is, but this should be a blast.
Right, I just arrived. Not sure why they have so many bottles of baby oil stacked up. Must have some sort of slip and slide going on.
I tried to run, but there was just too much oil. One of the dude grabbed me and told me he was gonna make me scream and cream, and now my butt is numb and my jaw is locked.
Yes, my family. Rasta monkey back to spread wisdom upon the people. I go and drop life lessons upon you like the ripe coconut drop from the tree. If she only texts you when she hungry, brother. You're not a man, you're a meal plan.
There you are. That is when AI is funny. No, I was talking about Mick Fiennes. Did I say Ralph? Oh, I said Mick Ralphs. That's what I said. Did I say Ralph Fiennes? You guys know I have brain fog freaking terribly, so I probably did. So my correction, Mick Ralphs was the founder of Bad Company. My bad. I probably said it. I would believe I said it. Sometimes my brain misfires. It's all the stupid big pharma they pump into me on a monthly basis. So we made it to Meme Alley. Let's get some memes up, and that way you guys can get out of here and go enjoy the sunshine because it is beautiful out today. If the cops have no duty to protect you, then they only point out they only exist to be used against you. That's so true. The cops are not there to protect you. They are there to protect the belongings of the global elites, and we know it. We got a Carlin here. Let's see. I don't like ass kissers, flag wavers, or team players. I like people who buck the system, individualists. I often warn people somewhere along the way, someone is going to tell you there is no T in team. What you should tell them is maybe not, but there is a T in independent. There is an I in independence, individually and integrity. Yeah, as we go into 4th of July weekend, just remember celebrate the solstice, celebrate the summer, but fuck supporting this warmongering freaking hate machine. Better to bite the hand than lick the boot, said Frog. Boots are not a good lunch, Toad agreed. I will never be that hungry. Aw, Toad and Frog. So wise. They were so wise. They were wise when we were little. They're still wise. And Breakfast of Champions, wake and bake, 2 coffee, 2 donuts, and a blunt, $6.95. Hey, now that's a breakfast I can get on board with. How about you, Mastermind? I know you'd be down for that. And it looks like you're cleaning your pipe. Would you like some help? This one made me giggle because, come on, if you've ever scraped your pipe, you're looking for the only paperclip that you can find in your house because totally, you're always looking for the paperclip. And did you know that if you have 5 inches of fat around your tummy, you can prevent a bullet from reaching any vital organ? You are not fat. You are armored. Go eat the cake. Yeah, I love that. I'm not fat. I'm just protecting myself from bullets. And YouTube, after companies paid them to show ads and we paid them to not show ads. Ugh. That is the reality of it. Oh my gosh. You guys know we have YouTube Premium just so you don't have to watch ads, which I gotta say is pretty nice that we don't have to watch ads. But so we pay them to not have ads, and then, you know, we have to pay if we want ads. So double dip in there. And mosquito waiting for you to go outside. Yeah. Thank God we don't have a lot of mosquitoes where I live, but we have no-see-ums. No-see-ums, they bite hard too. And at this point, I'm willing to pay more money for appliances with zero smart features and just physical knobs, buttons, and controls for everything. Now, I had this washer and dryer set for about 20 years when I was young. And I remember my parents buying it brand new. Yep, I do. And I don't have a smart washer or smart dryer either. And I'm going to keep it that way. Like I said earlier with the car, I am going to buy nothing but dumb, stupid shit from here on out. I don't care if I got to buy it secondhand and get somebody to fix it. I'm done. You're going to come to my house. It's going to be like a homage to 1980. This stuff absorbs secondhand smoke, Salisbury steak, and 11,000 episodes of Wheel of Fortune. And that would be wood paneling. If you guys noticed, I updated my deck and changed my wood paneling. I used to have dark wood paneling, and now I have more of a trailer park wood paneling. I thought it was time for an update. We had to do some redecorating. And sprayed my car, memorizing pothole locations is survival skill from where I'm from. Yeah, definitely. You know where the potholes are, right? I do. There's one huge one at our Safeway gas station. I always go around like, no, that fucker's going to eat my tire if I go through it. No way. I love people who put trash in their pockets until they find a trash can. Yes. Yes, be one of those people who picks up trash and holds on to it until you find a trash can. I love them people too. And I just thought this was a great little fact. So Hollywood's legendary cat, How Orangey Stole Scenes, won awards and became the only feline superstar to rule both film and TV. Aw, Orangey. You guys remember Orangey from Batman? Yeah, so that would be Eartha Kitt, right? Oh, we loved Eartha. She was such an independent spirit, man. Nobody could keep her down. I loved, somebody once asked her about, what, you know, would you, something about having a man, and she was like, why would I need a man? It was great. Like, yeah, why would you need a man? When you find a year-old potato in the farthest corner of your pantry, where's the soil? Yeah, holy shit. You got any of those? I planted mine. I had some from last year that were growing in the pantry, and I just chopped them up with the little eyes, and I threw them in the ground last year. And the moles came and they ate the tops off of them. So I dug them up, and I did get one night's worth of little tiny round ones, and I thought they were gone. And then this year they volunteered and came back, and I've got a huge potato patch out there now that I didn't even plant. I planted it last year. And then I had sweet potatoes that I paid a lot of money for. Sweet potatoes are not cheap. And they started growing on top of my microwave. So I said, fuck it, and put them in the ground, and they're growing too. So you can replant stuff that you're buying out there. I mean, I know there's a lot of myths about what you can propagate and what you can't, but I'm not having a problem with potatoes. So I'll let you know how the sweet potatoes turn out. I'm excited for them. And it's possum time. Okay, so you guys know I'm fucking possum obsessed now that I have possums. Do you know that possums are endangered? Yeah, they're endangered. They're the only North American marsupial, and I have at least 3 of them. Now I have Mama, who is pigtail, and then I have Finny and Fur. They're babies. I'd say they're probably a couple months old if I had to guess, and they are the fucking cutest thing. Now, a possum and an opossum are 2 totally different things. Opossums have a long nose. They're white. They're cuter. Opossums are so much cuter than possums. And possums, they don't live in North America. Possums, they live in like warmer climates. I'd say, you know, South America, Asia, those types of places. But So here is the first video. Now, these are fast because they run as soon as they see me, but I try to capture them every night when I open the door to feed them because I make them a big dinner every night. They get scrambled eggs and leftovers and yogurt. They love yogurt. They love fruit. They love bananas and, stuff like that, apples, strawberries. So here, I think these are the babies, if I remember right. Yeah. Oh, there's Finny.
Hey guys.
He's got a stripe.
Hi, you ready for dinner? See a stripe? Are you ready for dinner?
So that was Finny. Fur was standing next to him, but I couldn't get Fur on camera. Possum stew. Yeah, that's what my ex would have said, but ew. And then this is Pigtail, the mama. Now, you're not going to see her on the landing because she takes off and runs, but you'll see her.
Hi, Mama. Pigtail, I haven't seen you. Hi. Hi, baby. You want dinner?
See her slink away. She kind of slinked away in the background. So I'm going to get a possum cam. We are going to get better video. They're so freaking adorable. I just leave them alone. They're not animals that want to be petted or held. They're great for under your house. They eat like 5,000 ticks a freaking week. They take on snakes. The only reason we have snake venom, anti-snake venom treatments is because of opossums. They're just really great for the environment, and they're actually endangered. So I'm doing my best to keep these guys healthy, keep them alive, and feed them. I enjoy them. They're super cute. They look at you with those little pink nose and those little beady eyes and those little ears. Their tail, they can hang from their tail, and their back feet are split. So 2 toes, I can't remember what it's called, but they have like 2 toes. They have the most unusual feet because they can climb trees and shit. But yeah, I don't know. The world has gifted me 3 possums. So I will keep you updated on the Trailer Park Possums because they're here. So a day without cats is like, just kidding. I have no idea. I wouldn't know because I'm on my way to 4 cats now. Of course, I have my 2 original cats. I had a cat that showed up and just moved in, which we absolutely adore. She's a sweetheart. And now I am on my way on Friday down to Oz to pick up a new baby, and her name is going to be Dory, and she's a shoulder rider, so you'll get to see her, and I'm super excited. So there will be lots of pictures and videos of baby Dory as she comes in and joins the family. I know I'm turning into the crazy cat lady, but fuck it. I only have so much of my life left, and I'm going to spend it taking care of animals. So give a man a fish, and he'll eat for a day. Teach a woman to garden, and the whole neighborhood gets zucchini. That would be true if something would stop eating my fucking zucchini. Something keeps coming up and taking bites out of zucchini. And no, it's not the opossums because I have them in these bag things, and I think it's a mole. I seriously think it's a mole or a rat. We have rats, so, not here, but in the trailer park. So I don't know, but that's funny meme. After 35, there is no way to get out of the pool float with your dignity intact. Absolutely not. I don't know why that picture reminds me of Sister Amber, but it does. That would so be me and Amber in the pool for sure. Too freaking funny. And that is it. Here, oh look, here comes July. Let's see what train wrecks we're gonna get for the month of July, and false flags too. So no Beauty and the Boomer this week because, like I said, I'm heading down to the Land of Oz on Friday, and we're going to hang out for the 4th. And I hope everybody has an amazing holiday weekend and just, hang out with your family, enjoy the sun, enjoy getting your feet, out in the dirt, get grounded. That's what I'm going to do. I plan on working in the garden all week because I don't have any shows to write till Monday, so I will be back on Monday with Trailer Park Pundit, so I will see you again in a week. And I appreciate all of you coming and hanging out with me today. So many coming in and stopping by for Monday. It's Infusion Week. I hate Infusion Week, so I have to have Infusion on Thursday, and then I'm going to go hang out with Oz on Friday. So I should be pretty nice and worn down for the weekend, so I'm kind of glad we're taking Saturday off. But anyways, if you guys want to help me out, the GoFundMe, the PayPal, the Buy Me a Coffee, all of that is in the description box down below. And I've got a great closer for you guys. We're going to do some aerials since everybody's dropping bombs. That seems to be the theme of the summer. Anyways, thank you so much. Hey, Snork, what's up? My peppers are growing, Snork. I planted some of the peppers you sent me, and they are growing. They're little pussy willows. Yeah. We have a lady who has a big sign in her yard that says pussy willows for sale. And every time we drive by there, we're always like, oh, that lady's still selling her pussy. Like, it's been 25 years. Like, that pussy's got to be getting old. Yeah, it's too funny. Anyways, no possum stew. Popeye, no. I'm not going to eat them. Anyways, thank you so much, Figure Man, Rad Angel, Jilly Love, Steve G. Who else is in here? Marissa's mama, good to see ya. Vic, good to see you. Lady Alex, so good to see you. Mastermind, and let's see, who's hanging out? A Dingo, hey, my baby. What's up, Dingo? Good to see you. And Mr. Worthless Eater hanging out, chatting over on the Rumble. Who else is over here before we go out? Corky 82, good to see you. Is Go Start is normally hanging out over there. Yeah, Go Start. Thank you so much. Roar Media, is that Sister Amber? I think it is. What's up, Amber? I hope to see you on Friday. Anyways, I'm gonna post video. I'm gonna post pictures. You guys will see it all. So just tune in, and Roar Media is getting together, and I'm super excited. Anyways, you guys have a great holiday weekend. Thanks for joining me. Much love from the trailer park, and remember, you're always welcome at the trailer park.